In this video, we're going to move on to rule number 3 around reducers. So this one is not the worst thing in the world. With the reducer, we must not reach out of itself. Now that term isn't super clear, so I'll show you a diagram in just a second, but essentially a reducer must not reach out of itself or out of its own function to decide what value to return. And so with this rule right here, the declaration or the kind of summation of it, what we usually say about reducers are that they are supposed to be pure. So let me tell you a little bit more about what this rule is really talking about. All right, so the idea here is that anytime that we call a reducer with an action and our previous state value, we are not supposed to reach out of this function whatsoever. We are not supposed to go off and make an API request or to try to read some file off our hard drive or to solicit the user for some input or to reach into the DOM and try to pull some value out of a div or a label or input or something like that. When a reducer gets called, it is only supposed to look at the previous state value and the action object to decide what to return. So inside of our reducers that we write, like our post reducer right here, we are never going to write any code, I'm going to label this as bad, that says like return document.query selector of some like input element or something like that. We're never going to try to return the result of making some network request, like Axios get my list of posts or something like that. The only thing that we're ever going to return is going to be some computation done on the two arguments. So like that state argument, the first argument, and the action that this thing gets called with. So good, we would return some type of combination or variation based upon the state plus action objects. Now this is not real code right here, this is just to give you an idea. We want to take that state argument and the action argument, we want to do some computation on them. You know, maybe a for loop, maybe filtering, maybe whatever it needs to be. And that's going to be the value that we return. We're never going to reach out of this reducer. Now again, this entire idea right here is what we refer to as keeping a reducer pure. So with a pure function or a pure reducer, we are only ever going to return values that use its input arguments. Okay, so that's it. Now let's take another quick pause. The next rule is where things start to get really interesting. All right, so just hold on for a second and we'll tackle this last rule in the next video.